What is up, internet? I thought I'd put this video together just in case there's somebody out there that is looking at doing the same thing. Maybe you're looking at buying a used YZ and then you want to rebuild it so you get something cheap to start with, put some money into it, and then you have, you know, a cool bike. So I've got a bunch of post-it notes here. We're going to go through it. I'm going to try and go through it in the same order of the rebuild playlist, the videos, you know, as I actually did the work. So let's jump into it. I think episode 1, we just tore the bike down. So episode 2 is the first time we started doing actual rebuild work. And we did the bearings. So we did the headset bearings. There's 2 bearings in there. There's 2 bearings in the swing arm, the left and right side. And then the linkage has got 2 where it attaches to the frame. And then there's that little pivot piece that attaches to the linkage and the shock attaches to that. There's like 5 bearings, I think, in there, something like that. So there's a lot of bearings. And I spent $275 on bearings. All right, moving on. So this is pretty neat because this is a 2011 YZ250. And if you have a, I think, 2006 to 2014 YZ, it has older bodywork on it. In 2015, they released restyled battery exhausted. What? What the hell? That was a brand new battery. Okay, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the camera battery dying on me. 2011 model has the 2015 and newer restyled bodywork on there. One thing to note is you do need to get the airbox because the airbox is different, but the airbox and your side panels, rear fender, radiator shrouds, it all bolts onto the older YZ, so that's pretty awesome. I also got new subframe bolts. I have broken subframe bolts. I've had them come loose, I've had them break, so I figured, we're trying to do the most thorough rebuild we can. They're just bolts, they're not that expensive, get new ones. $450. I also got new upper and lower chain rollers, which are on the other side of the bike you can't see now, so $450. Woohoo! Top end kit, piston rings, wrist pin bearing, the little clips on the side that hold the wrist pin in, obviously the piston, all that jazz, $206. It blows my mind that I spent almost twice as much on the bodywork, but whatever. Suspension rebuild kits. I think I went with Pivot Works front fork rebuild kit. Not just seals, but the entire rebuild kit that comes with all the O-rings and the shims, etc., bushings, and then the shock rebuild kit. Now, this was the first time I've rebuilt a shock. I've always been intimidated about rebuilding shocks, and I've always taken them to the shop to have them rebuilt, but I decided I'm going to go for it this time. Found a great video on how to do that. So I didn't make my own video on rebuilding the shock. I referenced the video that I used to follow along with rebuilding my shock. It was really, really good. I highly recommend it. It's made by Mountain ATV. They have, they're kind of like a motorsport. They've got their own website and inventory, and you can order parts from them. But they also make their own videos, which is really cool. They have their own YouTube channel. So that's what I use. So front and rear suspension rebuild kits, $200. I think the next episode we did was I got a new Myers radiator, hoses, grommets, hose clamps, the whole bit. And I already had a Myers radiator on the left side, but I still had the stock radiator on the right side, so I thought, let's just get rid of that thing. I mean, the grommets were falling off the bike as I disassembled it, and the radiator was kind of banged up. It was missing. The lower mount had broken off of it. I also got, along with the radiator and hoses and clamps and grommets, I got new radiator guards. And then I also got new cables, clutch cable, throttle cable. Again, trying to be thorough. So that was $381. And then we got tires, new tires. This new black seat cover because the old one was blue. It wasn't going to go with our new retro yellow and black theme. And seat cover, chain guide, tires. I feel like, I know I got the new gas tank. I can't remember if I got that with all these other parts. I think I ordered that by itself near the end of the build, but there's no way I could have a blue gas tank on here. That just would not work. So we got the new Clark black gas tank. So we're looking at $487 is what I've written down here. I was not very happy with the Clark gas tank. The gas tank itself is great. It looks like it's great construction. The petcock transferred over from the original gas tank real easy. It comes with its own cap. It does not come with a vent hose, so I got this little vent hose. But where I wasn't happy with it is it's advertised as exact fit, and it was not exact fit. It was not even close. So the mounting bolts underneath the tank here behind these radiator shrouds where it bolts to the frame, they weren't even close. It wasn't like it was close and you just had to push a little bit while you're trying to get the bolt to thread in. It wasn't that close. Like, it was so far off, there was no way that that was gonna happen. So I had to end up putting spacers underneath the mounts to get the bolt holes to line up. So I was a little dissatisfied with that. And then the shrouds did not line up. These two mounting bolts here, they didn't line up very good at all. So I had to kind of put one in. I had to like start one and just thread it in a little bit and then start the second one. And by keeping this one loose, I was able to kind of force because it's plastic, you know, it's gonna bend a little bit. And so I had to bend it a little bit to get this one to line up. And you know, you probably can't tell on camera, but like, it doesn't, because of the force that I had to use to get these to line up, it doesn't like line up with the gas tank properly right here. So it's just disappointing. The tank itself is nice, but it just does not exact fit this bike. I don't know why. All right, grand total, $2,000, $1,993. So complete rebuild, $2,000. Now, while I was editing this video, I realized I completely forgot to talk about the graphics package. So here it is. This package came from SKDA, which is an Australian-based company. I believe they have offices here in the US as well. But I really can't say enough good things about this graphics package. Everything from the ordering process, because you can customize your name. I went with my hashtag MonkeyButtRides. Your number is customizable, and they will actually send you proofs in email. Once you approve the proofs, then they commence with actually making the graphics package. Everything was cut really, really nice, easy to work with. Everything fit really well. I have no bad things to say. This is a great package, but it does add a couple $100 more to the price. So the actual grand total isn't $2,000. It's $2,250, $2,250. That's what I spent to rebuild this bike. Couple of notes. I did not get new wheels. I wanted to get new wheels, but running out of time and money, I decided to just keep the old wheels. There's nothing wrong with them other than they're old. I'm actually shocked I haven't broke a hub, 10, 11 years later. But I haven't. So old wheels are still on the bike. The other thing that I wanted to do that I didn't was rebuild the bottom end. So obviously there's going to be a parts cost with that, with crank bearings and transmission bearings. And then if you're doing the work yourself, there's going to be time involved with that. If you pay somebody else to do that, then there's money there taking it to the shop. And then the only other thing that I didn't do that I wanted to do was I wanted to get my forks recoated, because it just, over the years, open practice sessions, races, just with all the roost that hits the forks, they get pretty scratched up, and it just would have been nice to get them recoated. But I found out, and this is going to depend on who you go with to get the recoat of your outer tubes and inner tubes, but I found out that it's way expensive. And depending on who you go with, they actually, like for the inner tubes, they actually ship back to Japan. Yeah, this is what the guy told me on the phone. They ship them back to Japan, and they only do it like twice a year. So it's insane. I was like, okay, good to know, thank you. Not getting that done. There's probably other services that don't ship your forks out of country. Don't know how good they might or might not be, or how much they cost, but that was like the first place that I checked. I'm not going to mention who it is, but I was like, okay, we're not doing that. And wheels are expensive. If you want a good quality set of wheels, I'm not talking about like trail riding. I'm talking about wheels that are going to withstand over jumping a 100-foot tabletop, okay? I want something that when I hit the ground hard, I have faith that the thing's not going to explode on me, okay? So a good set of wheels, on the cheap end of the good set of wheels, yeah, easily $1,000. And then if you want anodized, different colored hubs and spokes and all that stuff costs money. So I spent $2,000, but I didn't get the wheels. I didn't rebuild the bottom end. Take that into account. If you're out there on Craigslist looking for an older used YZ and you want to do a build like this and kind of, you know, make it new again, if you will. 2,000 plus wheels plus bottom end plus whatever you purchased the bike for. I think even if you did the bottom end and the wheels on top of what I just laid out for you, you're probably looking at, you know, maybe $3,400, something like that. But if you can get in for, you know, find some cheap ratted out, you know, 2008, 2010 YZ250, maybe you can get in on that for maybe $1,500 tops. You're still coming in under $2,000, $2,500 less than brand new, unless you're able to find a superb deal. I got this bike brand new, out the door, right? Taxes, dealer fees, out the door in 2011 for $6,500. I thought that was freaking phenomenal, because they were, even back then, they were MSRPing for like around $7,000, something like that. So to get it after taxes out the door for less than MSRP, I think is always a great deal. So anyway, that's it, man. By the way, if you saw last week's episode where I finally got this out to the track for the first time after we did the engine break-in with the black tank and seat cover, really like, and all the stickers, 100% complete. My session got cut kind of short. I had some engine issues. Turned out it was just the, what are those called? Reed valves. The case bolts came loose and it was just sucking air in from around the sides, and that was what was causing my engine problem. So I'm glad I stopped when I did, because one of the bolts was pretty far loose. So yeah, I took them out just to make sure there was nothing else going on in there, and everything was fine. So we put them back in there, torqued all the bolts down, carburetor's back on, subframe back on, everything's back together, ready to ride again. So I think we're good. I'm gonna pick up all these Post-it notes I just littered all over my garage floor, and we're gonna call that a video, guys. So, you know the deal. Keep the rubber side down, and we'll see you. Totally missed the camera. Went like way over the top. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.